If you've been watching my last 3 or 4 videos, you've now got every piece of this because I want to show you how everything fits together, everything I've been recording over the last few days. Now, I think on Saturday and Sunday, we went through reframe, like that your leads didn't say no, that the buying decision has simply lengthened and that silence is not rejection. It's just kind of like a caution. Caution is something that you can actually work with. The next day, we talked about the frozen moment, that feeling where you want to reach out, but you don't know what to say. And I gave you 3 messages, one for each type of lead who kind of went quiet, that feel warm, human, and no pressure at all, okay? Then on, let's see, that would have been Monday, we gave you the one thing to do this week. It's basically like a sequence of 5 different ways to reach out, 5 different touch points, each with a very specific job that helps you to turn one awkward reach out into a calm, consistent pattern so you know what to do, yeah? And then yesterday we looked at what the online business owners who are actually doing, they're actually doing really well right now, what they're doing differently. The fact they're not chasing, they're just showing up and staying visible and showing off their authority. They're just doing it in a very quiet sort of way, okay? And in a way that actually builds trust over time. But here's what I wanted to share with you. This is what I want you to see, okay? These are not 5 separate things. They're actually all one system. The sorting tells you who to focus on. It reminds you that the majority of people who come toward you just are not ready yet. And you will find that if you study marketing over time, only 2 to 3% of anyone who's come to you will buy at any one time. It's just how marketing works. There's only ever 2 to 3% of people who are ready, which means that 97 to 98% of your audience who've raised their hand just means that they've got other stuff in life going on right now. But you can follow up with them in a way that does not feel salesy. So the sorting system will help you to work out who to focus on, okay, and who to wait for another time. And the messages will tell you what to say first, so you don't have to think about that, because it tends to put people off having to consider, what do I say? What do I say? So I've given you a way to actually just start reaching out. You will develop your own over time. This is just one way that I've used before in the past. I've got several different ways, but this is the one that I give to my clients first of all, when they feel stuck. And you can adapt it and change it to your own personality and your own niche. But it gives you something to work with. And then the visibility strategy just helps you to keep showing up over and over again in a way that's calm and collected, and you show up as your authority and you show up using goodwill so that people can trust you. It actually builds clarity, and then that builds certainty, which then leads to trust, and you need that right now. So many people have been burned before. They need to be able to trust you before they reach out. It's different if you've got a business down the road. Yeah, because they can see you've got a shop, they see you've got a store, they see you've got a business, they see people coming and going, they see people smiling all cross. But the point is it's different if you've got a physical business. An online business, you need a lot more work to convince people that you are not going to run off with their money, you are going to deliver what you say you're going to deliver. And this is what content helps you to achieve. If you're showing up and showing people that you know what you're doing, you know what you're talking about, do things like over the shoulder. We had a course last year on the difference between chauffeur and plank knowledge. If you want that, ask me for it. Did a little course on that for a very specific event that we did for somebody else. So we have that there. Happy to give that to you if it helps you. Because a lot of times people come to me, they just do not know what to create. They don't know where to start. Okay, I can help you with that. Okay, so I just wanted to come back to the fact that if you're doing all these things, if you're bringing leads in already and you will need a way to convert it, there is a really simple way of doing this. But I'm going to be straight with you. It's not an overnight fix. Let's be real. These leads are not reaching out for a reason right now. A lot of times people just are not ready straight away. They've got life going on. Usually they're signed up to something, even if it's nothing to do with what your business is doing. They're busy. Look at your own life. I know that, for example, a few months ago, I really needed to learn some business Spanish for my business over here. Yeah, I signed up for a one-on-one tutor I still couldn't do it because I was going to America. I had clients coming in. My clients had different projects they wanted to work on. And we have our own business to work on. I'm helping a friend with her business over here. I had an operation. Just so many different things. And we've got obviously family things that go on and animals and all kinds of things. So it just wasn't enough time. I had to say to my one-on-one tutor, I'm really sorry, I can't do this right now, even though she was brilliant at what she did. And that's just one example. There are several things I've had to put off because I'm so busy. And the same is going to be for you. We can only do so many things with our 24 hours. I don't know about you, I like to have 8 hours of sleep as well and at least 3 hours downtime. So I do what I can. My clients get served first. And after that, I just see what needs doing and it fits into my day. Don't like getting stressed. So if something doesn't fit in, I have to just allocate time and then say, no, that's for another time when I feel I have more time to do it. There's no point in trying to do everything. Okay, but to come back to the point is that the quickest way I've seen to actually nurture people is to put out the daily conveyor belt content. And that actually helps rebuild trust over time and helps you to be able to work out what it is these people would like to see, because you get to measure by doing that. If you're using video content, you can actually measure the KPIs and then you see what people are responding to. Make sure that you're very intentional with your hooks and headlines and stuff. But if people are watching your videos and watching at least halfway through or to the end, you already know now what they need to learn about, and then you can just make more of that. It doesn't take complicated funnels though. And it doesn't take you being online all the time. It just takes you being there, showing up and giving people a way to contact you when they're ready. Okay. Now, I have asked Dan to put everything together from this week into like a 1-page playbook. And I'm calling it the scoring framework. Actually, I'm not going to call it something. I'm going to call it Playbook. And it's going to have everything from scoring 3 engagement messages, a 5-day sequence map, and the visibility cheat sheet. I'm going to put it all in one place. I'm going to ask Dan to do that. He won't be ready till at least next week though, okay? Because Dan's been away. But if you want it, just drop the word playbook. I'm not going to ask for any emails or anything. I don't do that. But it gives you something to help you structure what it is you're doing there. And if you want your own ecosystem set up where you're drawing leads into your audience and they're the right people, and then a way to actually nurture them just using content, we've actually got something called the Ecosystem Accelerator right now, which we're setting up for people. So you can just go and look at my website for that. If you go to tinasanford.com and go to the pricing page, it's got everything you need to know about how we're helping people with that right now. But that will help you, if you're stuck.